South Africa, we have 6 million small businesses. Well, these will include informal businesses, micro businesses, small and medium businesses. These businesses employ over half of the employed people in this country. So they are a major contributor into this, into the employment. But number two, in job creation. But number two, they contribute almost 40% into the GDP of this country. This is quite a quantum, a significant number. Welcome to the Golden Chair, a place where we always try by all means to empower black people. Today, our guest is Unonjabulo, who has had an amazing journey. Journey has really been amazing from the streets. The theme today is basically from the streets all the way to Pick n Pay, from the streets all the way to Spar. How did she do it? I'd like to get a sneak preview of the ladies that are cooking, because we're lucky we're recording on a Saturday today. Although you are watching it on a Thursday, we'd like to see the ladies, they are baking. It's going to be noisy because there's a class. Can you see? This is a real business. This is a real business. She's got quite a number of ladies there, and she's making money. In the middle of the lockdown, she started 3 businesses: the Chatham Art Gallery, the baking business, which is booming all over the country, well, the SADC region, including Lesotho, but at the same time, she also started that carrot mixer. Welcome to the Golden Chair, Nonjabulo.
Thank you so much, Pastor Kambule.
Thank you. We also have Umachapelo, who's firmly back with us, back on track. Welcome again to the Golden Chair, Machapelo, who is our host as well.
Mr. Kambule, and hello to the Golden Chair family.
As I was saying in my introduction, we've got 6 million small businesses, formal, informal, and they are the biggest employers in this country. Nonjabulo, tell us ijeni yakho from uqala udayisa emgaqweni all the way to where you are right now. Tell us about specifically, what made you, what inspired you to wake up ekuseni uhambe uthi look, ngiyahamba ngiyodayisa emgaqweni, which is something generally young people babona ngathi it's ihlazo to do that. What inspired you to do that?
Thank you so much, Mr. Kambule, for ithuba engitholile namhlanje just to share ijeni yami. I get emotional when I have to share, because when I look back, it was not easy ukwenza, but I had to talk with myself.
Right.
I had to make a decision to say ukuthi abantu bazothini about what I was about to do. Kwangeke kuze kungisize, but mina ngangifuna ngempilo yami. So ijeni yami, it started ngo-2015.
Right.
In 2014 ngangise e-college yokuba chef, and in 2015 kujwayelekile ukuthi uma ngabe umuntu kade efunda ngonyaka ozayo kumele ahambe ayosebenza because usefundile. I worked at a coffee shop as a airport in Pietermaritzburg. When it opened, I was their chef. But I only worked there for a month, because I realized ukuthi I did not belong there. I had so much more to offer. And I remember having to come back and to tell my husband ukuthi I want to have my own business.
Right.
I am so fortunate ukuthi ke umkhwenyana wami ungisupporte even from my studies army to do because your chef. It was his support after I had given birth to umntwana wethu uonke. I remember I was working as a youth worker, a youth for Christ, before ngibe nomntwana.
Right.
So mase sesinomntwana, we decided ukuthi no, I would stay at home for 2 years and ngikhulisa umfana. So umfana mase khulile, I remember umkhwenyana wami engibuza ukuthi what I wanted to do now, and I told him ukuthi I wanted to be a chef. And nangempela safuna isikole sasithola isikole ngahamba ngayofunda. Then fast forward in 2015 ngawuthola umsebenzi ngasebenza I think only for a month. Told my husband ukuthi I know I want to have my own business.
Right.
Now what business engangizoyenza? Since ngangi umuntu obhakayo, I was very good at it and I loved it. So I said ngizokodayisa ama-muffins emgwaqweni. And I remember ukuthi he gave me, if ngingaphosisi, it was an amount of 300 rand just to get the containers zokufaka phela ama-muffins lawo engangizowadayisa.
Right.
Nabo plastic laba beyiqeda just to put in ama-muffins army and uflour we had it at home, so some of the things we had it at home.
Yeah.
Then first day I remember woke up in the morning, I put on my full chef's uniform and ngahamba. Oh, before ngihambe to get indawo engizodayisela kuyona, I remember the other day I went to town Treasury, Department of Treasury, commercial. I stood there just to get the feel of people walking around lapayana ukuthi will I get business in. So on the actual day yokudayisa, this is what I had in mind. Ukuthi if they bought one muffin, not two, but one, then I would have succeeded. So I went with a container and my muffins out 24. My husband wang drop her lapaya. I think it was something to 7.
Right.
By 9 o'clock, I was sold out.
Yeah.
So kwenzeka what I did not expect. Mina nje, I just wanted that one muffin to be sold and ngabe sengwinile. But ke kwenzeka okumangalisayo.
Wow.
The whole buckets of muffins, the container, yes, seller out, and I was very happy. I was excited.
Yeah.
And then I went back home. Of course, ngisajabule ukuthi ke ibhizinisi lihambe kahle ngoba phela kudayisiwe. Then ke ngabhaka again. So sometimes ngiyafika ekseni ngize ngihambe mhlambe kudayiswa ama-muffins out too. So mengadayiswanga ke on that day I would walk around town. Tell people here is ama-muffins ngiyawadayisa.
Right.
So ngakhula ke from there. I remember my first 20-liter muffins are ordered from the streets. So I was excited because, oh my God, here I am, ngizowenza 20-liter, which I've never done. And remember, at home, I was using the 2-plate oven. So it was the top no oven lomncane, so I could only fit in one tray at a time. So to get 20-liter muffins, you would need to do intlama yakho 6 times. So I had to mix bake weights, and waphuma 20 liters.
So the message today to the viewers out there, yes, she may be selling, she may have her own restaurant in town. Which we're going to talk about a little bit later. She may be selling her premix, her muffin mix at, Spar, Pick and Pay, and everywhere else. But don't undermine that small beginning. Don't undermine that small beginning, number one. But number two, the message that Unonjabulo Aisha Yogwen to the viewers out there is that if you have a skill, whether you have a skill of plumbing, electrical, you have a skill of fixing cars, you have a skill of photography, you have a skill of something, you don't have to sit at home and do nothing and wait for government to give you 350 rands grant and wait for government to give you a tender. You have to go out there and start. Go out and do something. Matapelo?
Oh, such an inspirational story, Nonjabulo. I almost got teary listening to you now to say, my goodness, the entrepreneurial spirit is something that people truly take for granted. So I think my question for you is, would you mind telling us about your second business? Like, what are some of the challenges that you had faced in the business?
Okay, I was saying what has kept me going on, or what has been successful to me, was the power of vision.
Right.
Amandla Ombono, it's what that has kept me and continue to keep me going, knowing ukuthi ngifunani ngempilo yami. So the businesses that I have managed, really, they started from the streets. My first coffee shop was on the streets, serving muffins to people. So when I serve them now at the coffee shop, SA Tatum Art Gallery, for me, ngawina kudala, ngawina on the streets when they bought that muffin ngalelang. Then
Right.
it gave me hope. It gave me ukuthi yazi continue. You'll eventually have your own coffee shop ngelinye langa, which I have namhlanje.
Yeah.
But if ngicabanga ukuthi had I not started there, ngabayikho at all namhlanje.
And question from that, Nonjabulo, I just want to know, when you had to close your business, like the coffee shop that you're referring to now, how did that make you feel?
Okay, before the recent coffee shop that I had, after the streets, since umsebenzi wawusukhulile, we had to find a venue to operate because e-home became very small. And I remember kwangase I had to share indish yami engcolile with ama-muffins. Mhlambe my husband wanted to drink tea, so I seek his space and we had to find indawo. And we did found indawo, and we only operated, I think for a year. Futhi nakhona, it's because we had to take imali yakanzuza to pay the rentals. Otherwise, the place was not giving out in the sasicabanga ukuthi nina izosinikeza yona. So eventually we decided ukuthi you know what, asivale. We sold like imoto just to keep the place, but we realized ukuthi you know, if the business is not giving any profits, then we cannot continue. So we had to close down. It was painful, I must say. But the business closed down, but the mindsets did not close down because we had to find another venue which was cheaper in rent, because really in the essence Valley was the rentals. It was high, and the operations was not giving us so much, so we had to take from imali yasekhaya
To
ukuthi
finance.
ibhizinisi lihlale likhona.
That's right.
So we got another smallanyana place at Laga Center. Sasebenza khona I think for almost 2 years. Khona ke umsebenzi wakhula kakhulu and indawo became small. So we had to find another bigger venue. I got it. It's a main city building. That's where after COVID, I decided to go to, you know what, since indaba yokudla was not working out, I was going to do my baking classes. So at Tuteni, that's where I hold my baking classes.
Well, we understand that in the middle of COVID lockdown last year in September, you took another giant leap. You got a building, you opened a coffee shop. Everyone is complaining about the COVID. Everyone is complaining about the effect of lockdown in the economy globally. But Nonjabulo, the entrepreneur, opened in September last year an amazing coffee shop right opposite the City Hall in Pietermaritzburg and neighboring the legislature or the parliament of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Tell us about that about that business, Nonjabulo.
Tatum Art Gallery, it came at a time when I was not expecting it. I did not apply for it. I was not looking for it. It came to me. Urop, the former owner, he called me during COVID, during hard lockdown. How do I know Urop? When I used to sell on the streets,
Right.
On a very good day, I would go up there, have a cappuccino and a scone. I loved it. So that's how we got to know each other. And him and I, we would talk about me wanting to have a coffee shop and all of that. So when last year, when he called me, he said to me, I'm going to be going back to Scottville to work with my wife. And I'm leaving this place. And I've been looking and no one is deserving to have the place but you.
Wow.
And that was like, wow. That was like, wow.
Yeah.
And he said, it's up to you. Do let me know. Think about it. If you say yes, it would be an honor for me to hand it over to you. And that's how I got to have the place. He said to me, he has never seen somebody who is so passionate about something ebukeka nje idelelekile, like
Absolutely.
coffee, like muffins.
Absolutely.
So ukusebenza kwami lapha emgwaqweni, coming to him, telling him, he took it seriously. I think this was after 5 years. Mina naye sikhulumile about this. So I got the place, and it's going so well. It is
Wow.
going so well. The support engitholayo, it is amazing. It is amazing, and I'm grateful for that.
Praise the Lord. Well done, Nonjabulo. Your carrot cake mixer, I'm not sure whether you've got more products other than the carrot cake you can tell us now, is now available at various retail stores. I believe Spar, Foodworks, in Devon, and Pick and Pay, and some other places. But I don't want to talk about where it's available, Konamanje, but I want to talk, what inspired you to come with such a great and a unique business idea? I mean, your own cake mixer. Amazing.
2020, March 2029, when the country was declared ukuthi izoba kwi-lockdown.
Right.
So that meant there would be no income, especially for me, since I had to close down Indawo izovalwa. We had no access to Indawo because of the lockdown.
Right.
And I think lockdown gave me time to think. Gave me time to think, ukuthi, what could I do with my time? And of course, I needed the income, but I could no longer bake at that time. No one was celebrating.
That's right.
No one wanted cakes. So I asked myself, what could I do? And I said, why can't I do premixes? I mean, I'm a baker. Why can't I take my recipes into a packet? That's how Easy Bakes were born. I remember telling my husband again, ukuthi, I think I want to do this. And he actually gave me the name, Yama Easy Bakes, after this is what I had in mind. And he gave me the name, and I loved it. And I remember calling my graphic designer, this is what I'm wanting to pursue. He did the graphics, and Easy Bakes were born.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah, it's quite an inspirational story. That's what we always say. Others see a crisis, others see an opportunity. Others see a problem, others an opportunity. Innovation usually comes from the problems that we experience in day to day. Matapelo?
Inspiring indeed, Nonjabulo. Your heart for training and empowering other people to bake is actually very amazing, and your sessions are always overbooked. I've read that you've done this in South Africa and in Lesotho as well. I just want you to give us an overview of what happens in the training courses and some of the feedback that you get from the attendees.
I've been wanting to start classes, but I think I was not ready when people, a few years back, when they asked me to train them on how to bake. It was only last year in 2020 where I think I opened a Facebook account. In less than a month, I already had about 20,000 followers.
Yeah.
So I started training people from my Facebook page. I started telling people about my brand on Facebook. And when we went to level 3, I had my first class. I think I had about 11 people on that class. It was a 4 days class. We baked. And from those people, some of them, they want to resign because the cake business is doing so well.
Wow. Wow.
Fluid.
Yes, but I always tell them ukuthi no benga resign bengakabi confident
That's
enough
right.
imali ayixabani. So if she can still bake from ebuya emsebenzini, it's okay. Then whenever they are ready to do a business full time, then it's okay. But the classes have been welcomed ngenye indlela. I think okunye okwenza the success is that I had to make a decision last year. If I was going to train people, I couldn't have been their competitor.
That's right.
So
Amazing.
I had to decide ukuthi mina I'm no longer gonna do my orders. So I'll train people to do orders, not me. So I think people, they come with confidence ukuza kumina because they know ukuthi what I will give them is the real deal. Ngoba ayikho into engizoyifihla ngoba they are not my competitor. If I tell them ukuthi kunama special kuphi kuphi, then they appreciate that. And so I started my classes. From the time I started, I don't think there's any week that goes by without me training.
Wow.
June 26 and 27, I'll be in Joburg for the second time, doing a baking class. The first class was in April. It had about 16. They've never met me. They've only met me through Facebook. And they've seen the testimonies on my Facebook page. And nabo sebekhuluma story sabo futhi esimnandi sokuthi bayabonga ukuthi I came to Joburg.
Actually very inspirational because even I want to leave what I'm doing now and go bake just for interest's sake. And I also want some of our viewers to get more information about the baking. How long are these training sessions, and also where can people get more information about them?
Okay, basically the classes are 2 days at the most. It's Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, you learn how to bake, how to measure your oven settings, anything that needs to be baked, it's done on a Saturday. Then on a Sunday, that's where we learn how to do our buttercream, to crumb coat our cake, and to actually do the cake decor. So it's basically 2 days, and the 2 days, it's really what you need. You don't need the whole year in a culinary school when you can actually do it.
You're closing them down, Nonjabul, I can see.
Culinary schools need business.
So I think also my trainings, they are to, yes, I do want to get accredited, which is on the pipeline. I'm working on that because I feel, especially our race, culinary schools are very expensive. So now, if I go to my parent and say I need imali yokufunda and unyaka, it's about 200,000. Some parents, that is imali abafunda ngayo unyaka wonke. So I am wanting to have a culinary college where each and every parent will afford to take their children. And also to push indaba ye-entrepreneurship ukuthi umuntu angafuni certificate, because really certificate it akusisona esenza umsebenzi, it's you. So I want people ukuthi babe skillful rather than babe certificated.
That's right. Wow.
That's right. And then I think I'm very also inspired by your journey to want more. It's almost like you are realizing that you're not at the peak of where you want to be, and also institutionalizing what you're doing in terms of getting it accredited. And you're boiling so much questions up in my head right now. But I just want to know that how do you balance like life in general, being a mom and a businesswoman? Kanina, you're running a restaurant with baking sessions, there's the carrot cake mix, there's everything.
I think it's teamwork, having the right people in your business. I always tell my staff, ukuthi, this is ours, and as much as I'm the owner, but for us ukuthi siphile, we need ukuthi siphilise the business. So in how we treat umsebenzi wakho, the business, you need to own the business. So I do have a staff for the coffee shop, for premixes, and ama classes mostly meaning Gwenzayo, and they normally occur on weekends. So I'm free. Well, yeah, I'm free mostly on during the week. And sugenje ngisekhaya go kancane coffee shop just to check izinto.
Right.
But weekends, that's where I get to work.
Nonjabulo, as we're about to wrap up, thanks a lot. I'm really inspired. Journey yakho is just amazing. From my side, if there's someone out there who's unemployed with a skill, what is your message to that person? That's number one. The second message is to that person who's running a small business, small informal business, like you were running, selling in the streets. What will be the message to that two people? The first one is somebody unemployed but with a skill. The second one is someone who's running an informal business. And what two messages will you say to these two different people?
Okay, to respond to the first message, I would say turn that skill into a profit. If it means going for a refresher course just to refresh a skill circle, do that.
Right.
I still go to classes. To Joburg, if there's a class, if kukhona into entsha eyenzakalayo, because times are changing. Maybe when I studied in 2014, izinto zazenziwa ngenye indlela, manje there are more easy ways. So get to fresher course, read. Information is all over manje, but you cannot really expect ukuthi ungabi nayo imali or build your own wealth, whereas you have a skill. Use that skill to turn it into your profits. The second question.
The one who has an informal business, this person has been running a tuck shop or something informal for the past 5 years. And
I think you must dream big. Dream big. Yes, it's good to have a tuck shop, but after having a tuck shop, don't you see yourself with the supermarket?
That's right.
If you do, then the mindset here needs to change. You need to think big. You need to see your tuck shop transforming into a supermarket.
Yeah.
So indlela ocabanga ngayo, ungajabulisi ukuthi okay, imali uyayibona ukuthi neni iyangena, but leyo mali ayithene into a supermarket. Even if it means you start having a supermarket in here in that area, and then the next one, but see yourself big. No one is going to see yourself big ngaphandle kwakho. People will support what what you have envisioned about yourself. That's what people will support. I think also going back to my husband, I think he has been supporting me because I've proven to him, and I've shared it with him, my dream, and he's supporting loco engikufisayo.
Yeah. Baba Nonjabulo, on my side, thanks a lot, Tatwechu, for taking your time. I know it's busy, it's a Saturday today, but the viewers are watching you on Thursday, and we really appreciate the great work that you are doing. May the Lord bless you. Over to you, Matapelo.
Thank you so much, Nonjabulo. I think if anything, we're all inspired, and to our viewers, because that's what we want to bring to you as the the golden chair to say, this is the information. These are the people who started out without any funding that normally our Black people perceive as a need before you need to start. So start where you are, start with what you have. There's absolutely no excuse for you to be feeling sorry for yourself while you're skilled. I mean, Unonjabulo used her skill into profit, and that's exactly what we are trying to inspire you to pursue in this show. So thank you so much. Don't forget to let us know where you're watching us from, whether you're in KZN, Free State, Gauteng, or Limpopo. Please let us know in the comment section. We love and appreciate you so much. Osnonjabulo, may your work in entrepreneurship never go in vain. May you strive for everything bigger. May your licensing policies, institutions, everything be blessed. And we can't wait. I personally can't wait to get a feel of your baking sessions so that, you know, my culinary person can get going. So thank you so much.
I love that.
Bye-bye,
Thank you so
Nonjabulo.
much.
Thanks, Matapelo.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Thanks for your time.